Hi, and welcome to the next episode of Belly to Belly. And we're here today to talk about SelectUSA preparation. And we're joined by great friends from California Go Biz, Maria and Claire. Welcome, Maria and Claire. How are you?
Really great. How are you doing, Bill?
Fantastic. Hey, Claire.
Hey, how are you doing, Bill?
So, thinking of the companies that are coming to SelectUSA, they're coming in from all over the world. They're really interested, and part of why we're doing this is really to help them have as much pre-introduction to the resources that will be available when they get there. So any pre-conversations that can be scheduled really help the process and help us be sort of second level when we're at the event. But would you mind taking a minute or two and describing what Go Biz does to help companies coming into the US, coming into California?
Absolutely. That's a great question, Bill, and thanks again for having us today. So firstly, GoBiz is the California Governor's Office of Business and Economic Development. We go by GoBiz because that's a bit of a mouthful. We're the state of California's leader for job growth, economic development, and business assistance efforts under the leadership of our director, Dee Dee Myers. So we have multiple teams within GoBiz that serve businesses and communities. These include our business and services team, our zero emission vehicle teams, multiple grants teams. I'm on the international affairs and trade team. I'm the foreign direct investment program manager at GoBiz. So my job is to work with international companies to help them get started and grow in California. Our team also helps California businesses access markets overseas and really works to build and grow our state's international relationships. So there's a lot that we can do to engage with international companies and make sure they have the connections that are important to help them land. We can support them in navigating the other state agencies within California, and really importantly, connecting with our local partners all across the state. So GoBiz is really a convener for businesses and kind of a first point of contact that can help you determine where you need to begin. I'm sure Claire has some further thoughts on that as well.
Yeah, definitely. We provide a few kind of key services through GoBiz that we always try to highlight for international businesses as well. The first being site selection, so businesses come in, they're really ready to pull the trigger on landing in California. Perhaps they're set on a region and they have specifications for the site, but they don't know exactly, where to look or how to start that process. So we can provide site selection support, both free and confidentially. Similarly, we provide permitting support. So we have permitting specialists in both Northern and Southern California who work directly with businesses to help them figure out which permits they're going to need to operate in California and what those application processes look like. And then we also have incentive navigation services. So, a lot of businesses know that there are incentives available, but aren't really sure to go about figuring out which ones they're eligible for or how to apply for them. So we provide support with that as well. And then through our office as well, we provide resources to international businesses that, we've created as part of our international team services. So we meet directly with international businesses every week, ranging from startups and scale-ups to, large multinationals. And so we try to direct them to these resources from our other state and local partners. For instance, California maintains a grants website that provides a pretty comprehensive overview of all grants available to businesses within the state. And then we also have resources that we provide, that we've created. Including incentive flyers that provide an overview of incentives in key sectors like manufacturing and zero emission vehicle development. We also have an FDI starter packet that lets them know what the first steps are to getting started, like registering with the California Secretary of State, opening US bank account. And then we also have an international businesses success story page. It's organized by country and by sector so that businesses can really look at businesses who come from a similar background as them, see why they chose California, what their experience has been, and what their process was for landing here.
Wow, that is so comprehensive and so many different, you're kind of approaching this from so many different angles and providing some great tools, and easy to see why California is is it the fourth or fifth largest economy in the world now?
Fifth right now, but moving on up.
Closing in on four.
Closing in, yeah.
Fantastic. Thinking about the companies coming, probably most haven't been to SelectUSA. Why is it important? Why do you all go to SelectUSA? What is it about the event that makes it so important?
That's a great question, Bill. We love SelectUSA. GoBiz has participated in the summit since its inception and has really grown our footprint as the summit has grown. The most important layer for us is bringing our delegation. So we have an increasingly large delegation of economic developers from all across the state. Our goal in participating in SelectUSA is really to highlight all of our diverse communities. So we have a group of more than 30 people from everywhere from Humboldt County up in the north to Imperial County down in the south, who are all available to talk about what their unique regions are doing to roll out the red carpet for international businesses and the really specific resources that they have on the ground to help those companies land. All of those folks are going to be calling our California booth home. So certainly encourage every business to stop by our booth and say hello. Of course, the networking on the floor is a critical aspect of the summit, but there's so many other layers to SelectUSA that we absolutely love. State and local nights going to be a lot of fun. We'll have California wines, which everyone loves. We participate in a variety of different embassy receptions, which is a great opportunity to kind of really engage specifically with business delegations from around the world. And we host a Meet California breakfast. So this is an invite-only event where international businesses have an opportunity to network with our delegates and hear programming on a specific theme. This year, we're going to be taking a deep dive on California's unmatched innovation ecosystem and the unique resources that our state has for global founders. So there are just so many valuable elements to the summit that really make it worthwhile for California. I'm sure Claire has other thoughts on that one as well.
Yeah, definitely. I really just want to highlight the importance of international businesses to the innovation ecosystem in California that Maria already mentioned. It's no coincidence that FDI supports more jobs in California than any other state, because we really do prioritize the diversity of talent and ideas that international businesses bring to California, and we recognize the important contributions that they make. I also just want to emphasize that, the main goal while we are in BC is to get ourselves in front of these international businesses. We know how important they are to maintaining California's edge in the global economy. And we really just want to make it clear that they are not alone in this process. The state can support them. We can directly support them. There are resources and opportunities available every step of the way.
Fantastic. Well, and besides Go Biz, obviously there's just a massive network of wonderful economic development support in California. So the last question, and we kind of are running tight a bit on time, but the last question, and thinking of the companies coming, most won't have been to SelectUSA, many won't have been to the US before. Are there suggestions that you have for these companies in terms of, I would say, both getting the most out of SelectUSA, but also getting the most out of their trip to the US? And I know there are a couple of spin-off events that are in California as well, but what tips do you have?
Yeah. The first tip that I would have off the top of my head is just talk to our local partners. We're bringing a really diverse delegation of all these different communities that have so many different things going for them. We're a huge, huge state. And so a lot of businesses, particularly international businesses, are aware of our major urban hubs, but may not know that the Central Valley, for example, is a global hub for agriculture and one of the world's most productive agricultural regions. In Northern California, we're really leading the way on renewable energy and biomass and aquaculture. In Sacramento, where our team is based, we have a really great tech ecosystem. And also in the southeast of the state in Imperial Valley, we have some really major lithium deposits that are paving the way for California's zero-emission vehicle transition. Maria, did you have anything to add there?
For sure. Yeah, I think those are all great points. And also thanks so much, Bill, for mentioning our spinoffs. My top suggestion would be, while you're in the US, come out to California. We have 3 spinoff events coming up, all of which will create really unique opportunities for businesses to get their feet on the ground and engage with the local partners. We have Select LA, which will be on April 26th and 27th in Los Angeles, focused on clean technology, media, and more. Always a fabulous event. Select SF will be taking place right after the summit on May 8th and 9th. It's going to be just a terrific deep dive on biotechnology, which is, of course, a really exciting industry in California. And in Humboldt County on May 10th through 12th. There's going to be a new and really exciting spinoff event focused on offshore wind, as well as aquaculture, marine and environmental technology. All of those events are just going to be fabulous for growing businesses, and also will give companies an opportunity to enjoy some California sunshine and have a few days to explore the state. The last thing I would just note as well is, for businesses to remember that, it's a holistic approach when you're choosing the right state for you, right? It's not just about those upfront incentives. California is far and away a global leader for venture capital dollars. We have an incredible talent pool, unmatched logistics infrastructure, really strong customer base, and of course, just a terrific quality of life. So come visit our booth, say hello, and we'd love to talk about it more.
Maria and Claire, this has been fantastic, and the information you shared in this, I think, really strong. We're going to put your contact info and links to all the Spinoff events in the description, but thank you so much for taking the time today.
Thank you, Bill. We really appreciate it.